want to be.
You can't even make your own bread crust and use expired ingredients. Get out of this kitchen, you donkey. You're a disgrace. Shame.
He's so accurately angry. I love that. Hi everybody, welcome back to another episode of Giri's Kitchen. This week we're making brunch foods. I just really wanted to eat brunch. That's why we're making brunch. We're gonna be making a quiche, sausage gravy and biscuits, and for a little bit of health balance, an apple. So that's what's on the menu today. So let's just get into the cooking. Let's go! First things first, very important, we're gonna prepare our pie crust for the quiche. I'm actually using pre-made pie crust. I know every single time I'm always, I'll make it myself because I wanna show you guys how to make it, all that stuff, blah, 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 blah. I'm using store-bought. I'm sorry I let you guys down. I'm sorry that I'm not a cooking streamer. I can't even cook my own pie crust. What is wrong with me? No, guys, come back, please. Yeah, I bought pie crust because I'm already gonna be making the biscuits from scratch because I figure biscuits are a lot easier to make than pie crust. Okay, I have my store-bought pie crust that even has like the pan on it, which is really convenient. So I have my aluminum foil, and you'll notice that I actually covered the aluminum over the edge of my pie crust. That's on purpose because I don't want it to completely turn brown just yet. I'm looking to bake it and cook it through, but not to give it any color because we're going to be baking it again with the quiche filling inside and everything. I don't want it to be like extra burnt, but I'm having an aluminum foil over it. It's because I'm gonna be putting dry beans. I have pinto beans. It can be literally any kind of bean. It doesn't have to be pinto beans. As long as you have pie weights, if you're fancy, you should have pie weights or like glass beads that are like oven proof or whatever. So a cheaper option is just to get dry beans. Don't get wet beans.
Make her own pie crust, chat. We already know she doesn't cook the food either. Prayers be to Onimart.
Who said that? You take that back right now. I can make pie crust if I want to. It's literally butter, flour, and water. And then you just like mix it up, you just slap it together. Literally pie crust, okay? It just takes a bit of, well, welcome in everyone. I totally wasn't yelling and losing my shit. Me? Never. I never yell at people, silly.
Hold up. Wait a minute.
Flashback.
I can make pie crust if I want to.
End of flashback.
Because this is what you want, okay? You get your beans, you want to bake them according to the instructions. If you're using your homemade pie crust, or if it's like a pie crust that's a lot bigger than this, you might want to bake it for a lot longer. But I'm actually just going to follow the instructions on the actual box. And then it says 400 degrees Fahrenheit or 200 degrees Celsius for 8 to 10 minutes. So that's what I'm going to do. So make sure your aluminum foil is covering the outside edges as well, just to make sure nothing is burnt. And what the pie weight does is keep your pie flat when it's baking, so it's not gonna puff up, okay? So there is a purpose to it. If you don't have pie weights, use your beads. So pie crust, I'm gonna bake once, and then I'm gonna bake twice. So this is the first bake with the pie weights, and then we're gonna bake it again without the pie weight. Okay, so in the meantime, we'll prep our
sort of
veggies. Okay, all right, see how it goes? Ooh. We're gonna put this back for a little bit, for another, I don't know, 15 minutes?
Gia, you are one of the kindest persons in the vtuber community. Your energy and vibe truly brings so much joy to a lot of people.
Oh,
is what I would say if I would not bully you, Giri. So deal with it.
I was like, yo, where's the catch, right? There has to be a catch. That TTS sounded so nice. There's no way they actually meant it. And then the pause made me think that that was the end of the TTS. I'm like, oh wait, maybe they actually did mean it. Maybe they actually think that I'm kind of cool. And then, of course, just like it happens there. Also, by the way, leek, you only want to eat the white part and like the light green part. You don't want to eat the actual green part. So you can throw that away. Also, I'm gonna wash this a little bit. Leeks are notoriously known for being very dirty. Even if you wash it on the outside, you kind of have to like cut it in half and wash it again on the inside, because there's a lot of dirt that gets into the crevices. So you have to make sure that you be careful with that. So I'm gonna cut this in half maybe. Okay, I'm gonna cut my leeks. You don't have to do leeks. Honestly, for quiches, it can literally be whatever you want. You can do pepper if you like it. You can do more onion if you don't like leek. You can do whatever the you want, like spinach, lettuce, whatever you want. It's totally fine. It's a quiche. It's customizable. Okay, I'm gonna crush my garlic. I actually forgot to buy garlic. I didn't realize I had so little left. So this garlic has been sitting in my fridge for like 3 weeks, 4 weeks. We're gonna see if these are still edible. I'm gonna get my pie. Hold on. Oh, wait, the pie looks really good. Now we need to lower the temperature to 325. I'm gonna get my pie out. The shell is done. So we're gonna let that cool for a little bit before we do anything else. We're actually gonna do some other things to the shell a little bit to make sure it's a little bit more quote unquote waterproof, because usually for the custard, for the quiche, it's a lot more wetter than normal. So we're gonna do a little bit of prep with it later.
You can't even make your own bread crust and use expired ingredients. Get out of this kitchen, you donkey. You're a disgrace. Shame.
He's so accurately angry. I love that.
I've never heard of this Giri person, but I can't imagine she's any good. Burns rice, ruins dishes, total amateur. Now, her moderators and brother, absolute lads. The full package, everything you could ever want.
Man, this Ramsay is like optimized. I have my mushrooms here, but I'm gonna cut the buttons off of my mushrooms and stuff too. Okay, I have my mushrooms. Okay, we're gonna do bacon now. Okay, cold pan for bacon. This is how I like to bake it. I know everyone likes to cook it differently. I actually am one of those heretics that likes to make bacon in the microwave. All right, everyone. Is she actually cooking VTuber? Okay, I'm sorry. All right. But when I do cook it on the pan, this is how I tend to do it. We're gonna do a few pieces. Guys, how many slices of bacon is a good number for quiche? I'll do 5. I have it on medium low. So it's gonna slowly render. It's gonna be more of a slow process, but I prefer it this way because it kind of takes the fat out a lot better. And also a lot cleaner, so it doesn't like make your whole kitchen like smoky and shit. Actually, I think this one is good. It's going to a quiche anyway, so it doesn't have to be like super duper extra crispy. So I just have to like crumble it. That's like crispy. Okay, I'm gonna do 1 cup of whole milk. Also, I'm putting in MSG.
Fats.
By the way, I'm shredding Gruyere. I'm just layering in my layers, and I'm putting in my egg now. I already baked the pie crust, so it's not as wet. Let me put this in the oven first. 30 minutes maybe, roughly 30 minutes. Okay, let's do that. I'll put this in the biscuits too. I put in 3/4 cups of cold butter, sugar, 1 heaping teaspoon of baking powder. I'm gonna do a cold egg and I'll whisk it into, actually I guess I'll just do this. Cold egg and also cold buttermilk. 1 1/4 cup of buttermilk. I'm making buttermilk. I didn't buy buttermilk. I'm just adding in a few drops of lemon juice into regular milk.
My dad made
and
me
that's
search
just
for
buttermilk. I'm gonna mix in my bacon, the last few pieces of my bacon and my cheese. So it went from just a regular buttermilk biscuit to a super cheesy, tiny little bit of bacon. I'm gonna turn this out, I think. Ideally, you wanna fold this a little bit. So I'm gonna grab some flour. Okay, I'm going to try to find a way to roll this out without spilling too much. I also don't want to over knead it because I don't want to break the cold butter layers. So I'm just going to use my dough and push it down, and if it's too sticky, put a little bit of flour on top. That's totally fine. And then you keep pushing it down, and then we keep cutting it in half. This is how we make the layers for biscuit. You need it a little bit to kind of make it go together initially. There's like tiny little bits of butter there. That's what you're looking for. I'm gonna maybe do 1 more cut to get 1 more layer. You can kind of see the layers. You don't have to do this so many times, but because the bacon and the cheese I introduced a little bit later, it just helps kind of make sure everything is like nice and even a little bit. And then you just get your little rolling pin thing and then you roll it out. Look, I made a quiche. I'm grabbing another egg to give my biscuits an egg wash. So I'm gonna go 170 degrees Fahrenheit, and I'm hoping for 30 minutes. I'm gonna make the biscuit thingy now. I'll oil the pan a little bit for the meat, but I'm gonna be adding in butter later, so don't worry about that. Okay. I have my pork. This is just regular pork. Normally, you're supposed to use breakfast sausage. But yeah, we're gonna make breakfast sausage from scratch. So to save myself a little bit of time and not needing to buy like 10 bajillion different spices, I'm actually just gonna use Italian style seasoning, which has a little bit of those spices, and also poultry seasoning. I'm just being a shortcut Andy today, I'm sorry. I put in salt, I put in MSG, black pepper, and some chili pepper. Okay, I have my sausage. We'll put on my butter. I'm gonna melt that down. So I'm gonna do 2 tablespoons of flour is what they're telling me to put in. So we're gonna go with that. I'm on like a gentle heat now. I'm just gonna slowly stir in the flour and cook the flour down just a little bit. Do you guys want me to add in the extra quiche filling into here as well? It's not very like traditional, but I could in order not to waste it, but I don't have to if you guys want to keep it a bit more traditional.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. I don't think I'll add in all of it because it's quite a bit, but I'll add a little bit. So one important thing with gravy or things where you're making a roux is you want to make sure your milk is room temperature-ish. You don't want it to be too cold. You don't want it too cold because cold milk will actually shock the butter, which will make your roux seize a little bit, which no one likes. A seized roux, that's not cute. Okay, I'm gonna slowly add it. It doesn't look like I'm doing much, but I'm just slowly adding in the milk. The recipe says 1 cup of milk. I'm pretty sure I added in more than 1 cup, but I'm just going by eye right now. I'm gonna see. I'm gonna taste it though, see if I need seasoning. I'm gonna add more salt though. It's not very salty. Add a bit more salt, a bit more MSG. That looks pretty thick. Look, it's like glacial speed. Yeah, I'm gonna check on my biscuits and see how they're doing. Drop what you're doing right now and look at this. It smells like cheese. All right, moment of truth is to see if my quiche falls apart or not. I think that's gonna be a testament to if it's well made or not, but also it's not really fully set, so. I mean, it's not fully set, but it's okay. And then I do my gravy, put it on the biscuit. I'm gonna maybe just cut some apple wedges for color, just so that it doesn't look super fatty. I literally was about to like carve a swan with the apples, but now I'm lazy. Oni bro, here, tell me how it is. It's pretty good. 7.5? Wait, only? You said it was good. What's wrong with it? Why 7.5? You gave me a 7.5 because you don't want to eat the apple? You don't have to eat the apple, mother. And here we have our completed dishes. I already dug in because I couldn't help myself, but we made a Gruyere cheese, bacon, buttermilk biscuit, along with a Southern style homemade pork sausage gravy, as well as a quiche that I ate a little bit. And just to balance out all the fats and carbs, we have a single apple because we always need to eat our veggies, folks. But everything turned out really good and really delicious. And I hope you try it at home. What is your favorite Southern food to eat? Leave it in a comment down below. I would love to know. Maybe I'll make it sometime in a future stream. But make sure you hit the like, subscribe, notification bell, all those wonderful things. And I hope to see you guys in the next video. Bye, everybody. Like if you said 420, I'll be like, okay.
I've always wanted to do while watching Giri, and honestly, it's the only way to watch her.
Oh, wait, really?
Day drinking.
Oh, man, oh.